What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. Finally I'm getting into the new archetypes. The first archetype is called Hermit Youkai of Youkai. They are a combination between Hunter, the Thunders, and Six Samurai. They have a lot of similarities, but yeah, let's take a quick look at all the different cards. It will be a two-parter about this kind of deck, since there are two different versions you can run. This is one of them, so two different parts. The first part will be against at least the Shaddoll matchup, and the second part will be against Glyphort and Girgias. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so let's take a quick look at all the different cards, and then let's get into some duels. The first card, is the first Hermit Youkai monster. It's called Yamisaki, just called Yama. It's pretty much like a tester effect. When it's on the field and it battles a non-wind type monster, the monster immediately gets destroyed. Then we have Magat. Magat is also a tribute monster, also a level 6, so you have the option to go for a rank 6 exceed if you want. And when Magat is summoned to the field, you can special summon a Hermit Youkai monster from your deck. So most of the time you'll be special summoning your Yama to the field. So again, opening rank 6 exceed place, or at least establish a nice field, and fuel your shrine. Your shrine is your gateway. It acts very similar to gateway, although it's much weaker since you only get one counter for when you summon a Hermit Youkai monster to your side of the field, and you need to remove 3, and that's very much different compared to gateway. And you can also activate shrine once per turn. So it's a much weaker version compared to Gateway. Then the 3 mandatory Hermit Yokais. First one is the 1800 Beatstick. I will just use them with their attack stat. It's much easier for everyone because the names are very similar. The 1800, the 3 level 3s, they all have the same effect, that when they are summoned to the field, you can have an extra normal summon for another Hermit Youkai monster from your hand. So they act very similar to Hunters. So the 1800 guy, he gives, he of course gives you an extra normal summon, and he can attack directly, although the damage done by him will be halved. Then the second one is the 1600 one. The 1600 one can bounce one face-up card from the opponent back to the hand, so it's nice to get rid of exceeds and synchros and so on. And the third one is, I think, the better one. Again, when normal summoned, you can get an extra normal summon for a Hermit, Hermit Youkai except itself. But when another Hermit Youkai monster from your side of the field deals damage to your opponent, you can search out a Hermit Youkai card from your deck and add it to your hand. Not Shrine. Shrine is not a Hermit Youkai card, but most of the time you'll be searching out your Technique. And Technique is pretty much a themed Infernity Barrier. You can stop pretty much every card if you control a Hermit Youkai monster inside the field, since that's the activation requirement to use your Technique. But as said, I think the Hermit Youkai monsters act like spirits, that when they are summoned to the field, they are bounced back to the hand in the end phase. So it's pretty much against their Infernity Barrier-like cards. Although this is one of the versions, you can play a bit more Hunter approach, beatdown deck. The other version is you see here with a more pendulum based deck, but from testing, the pendulum based deck is really not that great. You can also find a few deck lists, or at least Hermit Yokais are already available in the OCG, but they aren't really doing anything. The exceeds aren't really that good, and it's definitely not Glyphort with all the advantage, and their pendulum scales and the pendulum cards aren't really that great, so that's why I prefer this kind of version. Anyway, let's see some duels. Okay, so the first game is against Shaddolls. Point is playing Shaddolls. I am, of course, playing the Hermit Yokais. He starts off with Mathematician, sending the Squamata to the grave with the Falco, pretty much a standard play, and setting the Shadows and the Sanctum. And then looking at my hand is not that great. I have the Shrine in hand, but as said, you need to have 3 summons on the Shrine to activate the effect to search out the Hermit Youkai from your deck. I immediately MST right off the bat. yeah, worst case scenario, I hit a Sinister Shadow games, but in this case, I hit the Sanctum, no problem. This was much better compared to the fact that I could activate my Shrine first, and he still had, would have had his Sanctum for the Moral Tech. So now I normal summon my 1500 beat stick, then the 1600 beat stick, so I can bounce back one face-up card from my opponent and attack over his Falco. He gets his beast back, I think, and yeah, because I lose both my monsters since they are bounced back to my hand in the end phase, I decide to bounce back his Moral Tech since I don't want to take any more damage, more than necessary, that is. So he's going to flip over his beast to draw 2 cards, so yeah, he's pretty much in a perfect position. He discards Dragon to pop one of my techniques. Nothing noteworthy. He mills with the Raiden. I think he gets the Falco also on board with the Surge with Hedgehog. Yeah, indeed. Then looking at my hand, I have both the 1500 and the 1600 in hand. I also have the Magat in hand. The Magat, when it's tribute summoned, I can special summon a Hermit Youkai monster from my deck to my side of the field. So I think the best possible draw I could have here is the Monarch Storm Fort, and I do. So you can do the nice little combination between the extra normal summon and then put Storm Fort on the chain link, like I do now. So instead of tributing your own monsters, you can just tribute one of your opponent's monsters thanks to Stormfort. So that's a nice little combination you can do with your Hermit Yokai. So I tribute the face down Falco, and Magat is tribute summon, so special summon the Yama to my side of the field. I get extra tokens on my shrine, so search out the technique. Maybe I should have waited, depending on his set, so like this, just in case if he has another Sanctum. I think that would have been, another Sanctum would be the worst possible case for me, and it does have the second one. Here I can't exceed. Maybe I'm missing something. The wind is off the field, so normally I should be able to go for another special summon this turn. But I know my monsters are going to get bounced back to my hand, so I'm not able to exceed. Maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. So I eventually lose this duel because of that. Anyway, it was a nice game. So game number 2 we've had. I let him start, obviously, because I need that extra card. That extra card is so important for this deck. It could be an extra monster, or the 6th card could be a shrine. Like, activate the 2nd shrine is not that important, because you can only use Shrine's effect once per turn. And normal summon my 1500 beat stick. Again, put Storm Fort on the chain link, so I'm able to tribute my opponent's monster. Don't want to let him get the flip effect or something like that with his Shaddolls. And Yama deals damage, so I can search out a Hermit Yokai card from my deck, add it to my hand thanks to my 1500 Hermit Yokai. Yama is not going to bounce back to my hand because Yama is not special summoned. When special summoned, it gets back. It's bounced back. That's what I wanted to say. It gets bounced back to the hand in the end phase, but it was tribute summoned, so my techniques are live. And that's very crucial. Obviously going to activate the technique on this Lila, then normal summon the 1500 Hermit Yokai back to the field, obviously going to technique the warning so I can get 2 extra counters on both my shrines. Something different compared to Gateway is that you cannot combine both cards to have the necessary counter, or to remove the necessary counters needed to search something. So you need to remove the counters specifically from the specific card. So again, it's pretty much a weakened Gateway. Again, he gets to start. He decides to start game number 3. He gets a nice mill. I think he mills a Falca, although it's not live. But yes, I think a Shadow game set next to a Moral Tech, and I think a Vanity's Emptiness. Not sure. So Pot of Duality is also a very good card, because obviously you cannot special summon during the turn you activate it, because Pot of Duality of course, but something nice is that your Hermit Yokais give you an extra normal summon, so with this, after Duality you can still get extra counters on your shrine, and that's something important. So I take over his monster, I deal damage, so I can search out, I believe, a technique from my deck and add it to my hand, attack into the Falco. there is the Shadow game, so he's going to set the beast, and I think I'm forced to activate my Raigeki here. I obviously don't want to let him flip his beast, get some nice draws, set the 2 techniques, I believe, yeah indeed. Yeah, my monsters are bounced back during the end phase, but that's not so important because yeah, I'm obviously going to live during the next turn. He top decks into a Mathematician, I think the best draw he could have, so he sets up a Falco, and yeah, again, after some thinking, I decided to prison his Mathematician since I don't want to give him an extra draw with the Mathematician. I also could have kept the Dimensional Prison for his Winda. But yeah, I do have my 1600 Hermit Youkai monster to bounce back his Winda, so keeping the prison there wasn't too crucial. Here I want to give my my shrine more counters, and yeah, I obviously have the technique set, so I'm pretty much safe if he has something like a moral attack after the Sanctum. So attack over his Falco. He has, I believe, the Shadow games. Yeah, the beast is flipped. No big problem. The Skomata is sent to the grave. And here he makes a misclick. He said he wanted to send the dragon from his deck to the grave to pop my shrine. But yeah, instead of that, he sent another beast to the grave. So it was a misclick on his part. Although, as you'll see in the end, it didn't really matter that much. So if he would have sent a dragon to his grave, I only would have had 1 technique set, so 1 barrier set, which I would have been forced to use if he had normal summoned this Lila there. So I draw into the Magat, the one that gives you an extra special summon, so I search up my 3rd Hermit Youkai level 4 from my deck, so I can just spam everything to the field since I do have double technique set. Yeah, I think I don't need to fear something. So tribute summon for the Magat, activate Magat's effect to special summon, hopefully the Yama from my deck, but he has an emptiness. I decide not to activate my technique. Yeah, I really don't need to. I can deal enough damage, and I'm pretty sure I can attack over his monster, and this Vanity's emptiness is going to get destroyed either way. So I deal damage, search out one of my Hermit Youkais from my deck, and I'm going to end with Cowboy? Yeah, indeed. So ending the game in style. So GG 1-2. Okay, not bad against Shaddolls, especially one of the tier 1 decks currently. Although yeah, these were just 3 duels. So yeah, we cannot draw any conclusions from this. But all in all, I think if the Hermit Youkai deck compared to Shaddoll's, I think Shaddoll's is a very decent matchup because you really don't use your extra deck, and you have a lot of back rows. You have your techniques and so on to counter their Shaddoll fusion, and you also have your monster, your 1600 Hermit Youkai monster to bounce back your the opponent's fusion. So I think it's a very decent matchup. Yeah, anyway, check in for part 2. I'll leave a link in the video description. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.